We are so much more than what we have experienced or where we come from. We are multidimensional beings who don't fit in one box, if any, and that's okay. That's more than okay. It's actually great because it gives us the freedom to write our own stories. Welcome to Conscious Matters. I'm Melissa, and on this channel, I talk about conscious living through empowerment and holistic wellness, especially mental health. When we are on our own journey of self-development, self-realization, self-empowerment, self-love, self-care, we tend to go through the motions too. So I was wondering, what did I do to write my own story? What I am still currently doing to write my own story every single day. So I thought about sharing that, and I would love to hear about your own journey, your own steps through the comment section that we start a discussion about that. If I recall well, I think that one of the first things that helps us write our own story is kind of putting the old in the past. But for that is super duper important to forgive ourselves for past mistakes, for our role also in the good and the bad that we've experienced, accepting what was and what is as it is, and not putting our expectations and our own version of what we think a certain thing or a certain person should be onto them. And from that place, opting for hopeful action rather than staying stuck into suffering. And I'm not saying that the suffering that we go through is not legitimate, like the experience that we've been through does not legitimate that suffering. But I think in that place is about choosing, okay, what do I do with that suffering? Do I keep on sulking? Or do I keep on letting time pass me by, letting my own life pass me by? Or do I do something great with it? Do I learn from it? Do I rise like a phoenix from the ashes from it? What do I do with it? How can it serve me the best way possible? How can it serve the immediate people around me, but also my community at a larger scale? What can be my contribution in this world after I've experienced that suffering? If it was so hurtful, may it at least be useful for the greater good. I know it's not that easy to see things from a brighter perspective or seeing horrible experiences as contributing to our growth. But to my mind, they are. Like, if we went through them, it's for a reason. And they also contributed to the version that we are today. And the other super important thing to not let that suffering control us is to realize that we actually do have the power. We do have the power to transmute, to transform these experiences that were detrimental to us at a certain point in our life into something that we can truly use for the greater good, like use to make a positive impact in that world. It doesn't mean to have a positive impact on all single soul of this world, but at least one other soul because of the experience that you decided to get out empowered of rather than being a victim of it. So realizing that we have the power to change, we have the power to move on, we have the power to change the narrative that we are experiencing. I know every situation is different. It's easier said than done. Been there, I know. But there is always at least one small action, maybe a physical action, or just going into our head and shifting our perspective on things that can help us move forward from that experience or from these experiences or from this old narrative that is not serving us anymore. Talking about rewiring our thoughts, this part is crucial. It's crucial because our reality is a reflection of our thoughts. Our words are so important, not only the way we talk to others, but the way we talk to ourselves. Do we realize that the person with whom we spend the most time is ourselves? It's like literally the person that you cannot give up on, that you cannot take a break from the moment you're born. Any single circumstances, we are with ourselves. So that's it. How do you speak to yourself? What kind of vocabulary do you use? What kind of words? Are they empowering words? Are they more towards pessimism, self-criticism? Are you using a harsh word with yourself? How do you talk to yourself? And that was a big thing for me because I used to be so hard with myself. Still kind of am, I guess, compared to the norm, but much better than before. And I would use words that are so cutthroat or so harsh that it was not doing me any good, actually, internally. It was more, I mean, it's not so big of a thing because I think we all do that to a certain extent, but was forgetting something, I would say like, oh, you're so dumb. Like, oh my God, you're so stupid. How can you do that? How could you forget that? You knew it was important. If I was not able to finish something, like, see, you're not capable, or you're so lazy, or stuff like that. And that is not empowering. That is not helping anyone. It's wasting time and saliva. I mean, if you talk to yourself out loud, of course, but it's not adding positively in our life. So being aware of how you talk to yourself, and the way we talk to ourselves can either make us or break us, literally. It's of essence to be aware of how we talk to ourselves. The moment that I realized that I was, first of all, too harsh on me, like the way I was talking to myself, and that I knew that I would never, ever talk like that to my close friends, my family, etc. Like, I would not talk like that to others. I would not talk like that to people I care about. So what would I do myself? So through, of course, this journey of self-love, of self-care, of understanding so many other things, thanks to the easy information on the internet too, and my own personal journey, I started talking to myself like someone I care about, someone that I not only love, but also respect. So once you love yourself and you respect yourself, you become kinder, of course, but you have a way to interact with you that is so much more uplifting and help you to surpass yourself, help you to do things that you never thought you were capable of doing, and help you to play for your own team. Instead of playing against you, like, play for your team. Seriously. So instilling new healthy habits constantly, having to remind to yourself, like, nope, we're not talking to each other like that. Not today, not ever again. And like that, you keep on correcting yourself so the old thought framework can actually disappear and your brain can actually create new neuron pathways for you to embark into this new way of engaging with yourself that would also help carve a new pathway for you. So your brain doesn't fall back into the old ways, which is usually the easiest route because our brains are sort of lazy. So we have to constantly train our brain to work in a way that works for us instead of going towards our default thinking. Like really pushing our brain to use these new pathways, to use this new thinking, to use this new language. Once you forgave yourself, you did your inner work, you constantly rewiring your thoughts, committing to yourself, committing to your growth is a life changer. Being completely dedicated to your self-development, if not laser focus, really, like this is your top priority, to do the inner work, to embody the person you truly are at the core, without the traumas, without the fears, without the self-doubts, without everything that people have said to you throughout the years and that you thought were your reality or your truth. Like getting rid of all of the fluff, all of the everything that is not in alignment with who you are, with your soul, with what you are here on earth to be and to do, and to declutter all of that and make room for the new version that you want to embody, that version of you that is stripped of past conditioning and traumas, the one letting go of people or mindsets that are not serving you anymore. It's truly life-changing. That process, that work, never giving up on yourself, and feeling like you need to have your own bag if you want other people to have yours, it's mind blown. It's truly so empowering, so normal too. Because once again, like I often say, or if not always say, if we don't start with self, how can we expect other people to fulfill needs or wants or desires that we are not fulfilling ourselves? If we don't have our own back, if we're not loyal to ourselves, how can we expect someone else to be loyal to us? It's about commitment. It's about commitment and dedication to ourselves. It's a non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable in order to write our own story, to write a story that fits the image that we have for ourselves. Even though this process is very fulfilling, it brings so much in our lives, it's still full of ebbs and flows. So it's life at the end of the day. So we have to be okay with the highs and the lows. And we have to be okay with the uncertainty and the discomfort. Because change is great. Change is great. It's a new chapter. It's adventures ahead. It's new people. It's so many amazing things. But it's also ending. It's also not knowing what's going to happen next. It's also getting out of our comfort zone. It's also trying new things that we're not necessarily confident about, that we have to experiment with, that we not going to succeed at first, but through practice and practice and practice, we will get there. But at first, change is scary. Yes, it's scary. The degree of fear can be different from whatever new change bringing into your life and your personality, of course, but change is necessary. So getting in flow in a way with discomfort and uncertainty is essential. It is definitely essential. I mean, I guess 2020 in a way helped us with that. Helped us with the uncertainty, helped us with being uncomfortable, but having no choice. So actually forcing us into the uncertainty and the discomfort. But I think being in a place where uncertainty and discomfort is not scaring us anymore and trusting that we'll figure it out plays a big part in the way we go about whatever new thing, new version, embarking on our true path. The path to change is rocky, is sinuous, is enduring, and most of the time exhausting. It can be really exhausting. But since we are committing to ourselves, we're dedicated to our growth, we'll get there, even tired, we'll take breaks, and then get back on the horse. And not fall into one thing that we love the best in our Western culture or our society, which is quick results. To not fall into wanting quick results, rapid transformation, overnight successes, but instead choosing to isolate if we need to for some time, going against the status quo, leaving some old part of us behind, fighting against old ways, old thinking, old patterns, and even let go of some people along the way. And all of that is really not easy. It's really, really not easy. It's, once again, discomfort and uncertainty. It's risky. It's uncomfortable. There's no way to avoid the discomfort, but only to face it, to ride with it, and to make the most out of it. Because one thing that is certain is that it will bring long-lasting results. It's that element, or I would even say the combination of the elements that I previously stated, that actually put us at the forefront of our story, that make us the writer of our own story. Is the one that will create new beginnings, is the one that will make you absolutely and completely in love with the new you and the life you created for your unique self. I'm going to be straightforward. I'm going to be honest. I'm still on my way to that. I'm still in the process of it all. Another thing for sure is that it's not going to be easy. is really not going to be easy. You might even receive backlash for it. It's not going to be perfect every day. But the most important thing is that at a soul level, you and only you think that you're on the right path. If you can feel it and you're doing all of the work that helps you elevate, trust your gut feeling. Trust your gut feeling, go for it, because it can only bring you whatever you're dreaming of, whatever you're creating for yourself. It's definitely a well worth sacrifice to commit to yourself. And all of that, forgiving yourself, rewiring your thoughts, committing to your growth by doing the inner work and keep on doing it along the way, being okay with uncertainty and comfort and being aware that it's not going to be the smooth path where it's just love and light and wonderful things going to happen every single day. No, when you accept all of that and you do all of that, you start becoming your true self. You start becoming who you really are at the core. As I said earlier, without the conditioning, the trauma, the negative experiences, or what you perceived as negative experiences, you really stepping into your own self, discovering yourself. And one thing that is very interesting too is like you creating yourself, because of course you're being yourself, you're staying true, which is amazing. But at the same time, since your reality kind of shifted, or at least the way you look at things, the way you perceive yourself, the way you finally see your qualities, your strength, your inner beauty, you like, oh my God, this is like so different. You're like, so embracing all of that kind of gave you also new skills, new qualities, new behavior as well, a new attitude, a new way to go about life. And that is part also of recreating yourself. Okay, I'm like that. I used to be like that. From that, I've learned, and I would love to embody X, Y, and Z, and then like making your own melting pot through your own unique eyes, your own unique perception of life without the ego, straight for the ego. If you haven't watched the video about the ego, go check it out. So yes, recreating yourself, but recreating yourself in a way that feels authentic to who you always have been, but also who you have become now. Because at the end of the day, even though we're true to ourselves, it's life. So we keep on evolving. So obviously changes will go along the way, adjustment, evolution, so many things will add to our baseline, to the basic form of who we are. So you're staying the same without the conditioning and all of the bad stuff, but you also another version of yourself too, who has learned from everything in the past and also is having a new approach to so many new things coming into their lives. So all of that participates in letting go of the past, moving on, and doing more things that we actually enjoy, things that brings life into our life, brings so much fulfillment. I would even say like fulfill our curiosity, because from this new perspective, this new approach, we are more daring to try new things and to keep on exploring. I think one thing in life that is very important is to never ever stop learning and exploring, because there's so many things. There's so many things to learn. There's so many things to see. There's so many things and concepts to understand, or at least to try to grasp or visit or learn about. So after all of this process and being and discovering and recreating ourselves, we become more daring. We take more actions. From that place, taking action, because it's great to do all of that. The internal is most of the job. It's most of the job, but we have to be able to materialize in the physical, because even though we amazing souls, we still live on this earth, and the earth is a material plane. So we need to take action in order to bring what's here and here into the physical, so we can actually enjoy it and live it and eventually touch it even. And one of the pitfalls that many of us come across to when we're doing something new or we want to do something new is wanting to build Rome in one day, like to do everything at once. And if it doesn't work, we think that we are failures, or we're not capable, or that it was not our calling or whatever, just because we're rushing into the thing and want once again, that's what I was saying, like the immediate results, the overnight successes, so on and so forth. Myself included, when I start something, I get so into it and I get obsessed. I get really obsessed and I want to see the physical results materialize as quick as possible. But through that process of self-growth and self-development and etc., everything that I've been saying before, I'm not going to repeat myself, but all of that really taught me about the ripple effect of small actions. Taking a small action every single day will bring us much further along than taking big leaps in a very short amount of time and exhausting ourselves and not being able to get to the finish line. Small actions every day to lead you to the life you desire. To me, that's like the magic trick in a way, because this is not how we were wired to act when we want something. It's not the way we are most of the time congratulated. We are congratulated on the big achievements, on the diplomas, on graduation day, on the promotion, on all of the big events, but never about like all of the work that we have to do to get there. So when people look at us most of the time, they're like, oh, they have it so easy. Oh my God, they have all of that. Oh, they are all of that because they're so lucky. But as 𝗃𝗶𝗱𝗲 said, luck is preparation meeting opportunity. But if you haven't done your preparation, if you haven't done the work constantly and being disciplined about it, I know discipline is so not sexy, is not what anyone wants to talk about, not what people want to do, but it's so crucial. Without discipline and consistency, all of the efforts, all of the time are very often wasted. So small actions every day towards your growth, towards your development, towards your self-realization, towards your self-empowerment, towards a life that you desire, a life that you want to create according to your own unique traits, your own unique goals, your own unique person, your own unique soul. So create it with all of your soul, all of your, everything that you have inside, like create it from the bottom of your heart, from your guts, you know what I mean. Be delusional if you have to. Have people call you crazy, have people like judge you, but be delusional if you have to until whatever you dreamed of becomes a reality. Because it will. If you dreamt it, you can create it. Your dreams have been planted within you for a reason. They haven't been planted in other people. And even though it is the same dream as other people, since we're all unique and all different, they will be interpreted, put into action, and materialized completely differently. So if your dreams have been planted within you, it's for a reason. If you dreamt it, you can create it, breathe it, and start living it. I hope this video lifted your mood, uplifted yourself, and that you're ready to start or continue to see that you are the one holding your own power, to get rid of this victim mentality, to get rid of everything that is not serving your highest good anymore, and truly like look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm my own cheerleader. I'm the writer of my story, the director, the actor, the whatever. You have all of the roles in your life. So go for it. Go for it. Don't stop. Keep on going step by step. Take break when you need to, and then get back on the horse, like I said before, and do what you gotta do. Share in the comments how you starting to see your own power, how the shift happened for you, and share whatever you want to share. I'll be so happy to learn more about you guys and see how, even though different and probably at all different parts of the world, that our story might have some interlink somewhere. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to whoever it can serve, so this channel can befriend the YouTube algorithm and also to keep on spreading the word about conscious living through holistic wellness. And as always, you know it by now, stay true, keep showing up for yourself, and let your soul lead the way. I'll talk to you in the next one.